You know those fun facts people drop like party confetti? Cute. Half of them are 19th century leftovers wearing 21st century confidence. Tonight we're cleaning out the brain's junk drawer. 8 facts that feel right, repeat well, and still miss the point. We'll keep it friendly, keep it curious, and swap tidy myths for cooler, messier reality. Grab a drink, park the ego, and let's upgrade the stories you tell your neurons. Number 8. Bulls hate red. A charging bull and a red cape is cinema, not zoology. Cattle are basically red-green colorblind. What flips the switch is motion, body language, and the whole noisy arena with a human waving situation. The cape is traditional theater. And yes, red hides blood better than beige. You could whirl a blue towel with the same flourish and get the same problem. 1 ton of opinionated muscle who didn't consent to a matinee. We love single villain explanations. It's the color. Because they're clean. Nature prefers group projects. Context. Movement. Stress. Moral. It's not the hue. It's the choreography. Speaking of choreography, let's talk the kid chaos myth. Number 7. Sugar makes kids. Hyper birthday scene. Cupcakes vanish, decibels climb, and adults point at frosting like it's a tiny rave promoter. Controlled studies keep finding the same thing. For most kids, sugar doesn't reliably cause hyperactivity. Expectation does. Tell parents a child had sugar, even when it was placebo, and they rate behavior as wilder. Also, parties stack confounders: excitement, noise, short naps, a swarm of peers, and permission to go feral. Sugar still matters for teeth and overall nutrition, just not for transforming toddlers into gremlins. Manage context. Water breaks, outdoor time, a wind-down buffer, and a bedtime that isn't theoretical. Calm follows structure, not scolding. Since we're rescuing reputations, let's swim over to the goldfish. Number 6. Goldfish remember nothing. The 3-second memory gag is adorable and false. Goldfish can learn mazes, distinguish shapes and colors, anticipate feeding times, and recognize their caretaker, over weeks to months. Lab tasks like lever pushing and cue navigation stick long after your attention span scrolls away. The myth survives because it excuses tiny bowls and zero enrichment. If your pet forgets instantly, it's fine. Reality check. Cognition scales with habitat and stimulation. Bigger tanks, clean water, varied structures, stable cues. Suddenly, your NPC becomes a tiny commuter who knows the feeding corner before you lift the lid. This wasn't a harmless misunderstanding. It was a permission slip for lazy husbandry. If only we were as generous with our own brains, which brings us to the world's favorite number. Number 5. You use only 10% of your brain. If 90% of your brain were idle, a stiff breeze could log you out. Imaging shows distributed activity all day. Walking, planning, daydreaming, regulating heartbeat, not saying the thing you'll regret. The myth likely grew from mangled quotes, early lesion studies, and our obsession with hidden potential. Yes, neuroplasticity lets you rewire, but there's no secret megaplex of unused neurons waiting for a motivational poster. What's underused is sleep, deliberate practice, and boredom. The exact windows where the brain consolidates and recombines. Want more power? Hydrate, move, lift something heavy, read long, touch grass, and for the love of synapses, close 5 tabs. Your brain is 100% on payroll, often overworked, underrested, and catastrophically tab-cluttered. Now, onto a follicle misunderstanding with great PR. Number 4. Shaving makes hair grow thicker. You shave, stubble returns like tiny rebar, and your fingertips swear it's thicker. What's really happening? A razor blunts the hair's tapered tip, so as it grows out the edge feels coarser, looks darker, short hair hasn't been sunlightened, and stands more upright. Follicle count and growth rate don't change. Different body areas respond to androgens differently. Face not equal to forearm, not equal to leg, creating timing illusions. If you want slower or lighter regrowth, that's waxing, depilatories, laser, electrolysis, or patience, not conspiracy physics. Sensation is a dramatic storyteller. Biology is a boring accountant. We've cleaned up the bathroom myth. Let's clean up some Viking cosplay. Number 3. Vikings wore horned helmets. Archaeology says practical rounded helmets, sometimes a nose guard, and precisely 0 Home Depot antlers. The horned look went viral in 19th century romantic art and opera. Spiky silhouettes read, "Barbarian" from the cheap seats. Then stuck to Halloween aisles and team mascots. Actual Norse flex, shipbuilding, navigation, trade, metallurgy, law codes, and treating the North Atlantic like a commute. If you want intimidating, picture sleek longships beaching out of the fog, not a cosplay headpiece. Myth lesson. Images beat footnotes. Since we're already zoomed out to grand scenery, let's go orbital for the next one. Number 2. The Great Wall is visible from space. From the moon? Number from low Earth orbit with perfect lighting? Maybe. As a thread the same color as the dirt. The wall is long but narrow and built from local materials that blend in. Cities, airports, big highways, and irrigated fields show up way better because they contrast and reflect. The visible from space line survived because it flatters scale and sounds cinematic on fridge magnets. The real space visible flex is nighttime city lights, electric arteries tracing continents. The wall is extraordinary on Earth. It doesn't need a telescope plot twist to be impressive. For our finale, a color-changing star who's more broadcaster than burglar. Number 1. Chameleons change color, just to hide. Camouflage happens, but many shifts are about mood, temperature, and social messaging. Back off. It's date night, warming up. Specialized skin cells, iridophores, rearrange nanocrystals to reflect different wavelengths. Hormones and nerves cue the pattern. If it were mainly hide-and-seek, we'd see constant background matching instead of timed high-contrast drama during fights, flirting, or sunbathing. Translation. Chameleons are living status updates with built-in mood lighting. Nature didn't build a stealth suit, it built a billboard that can whisper or shout. Which is your cue to drop one myth you're ready to retire. And maybe adopt a better one. Curiosity. Here's the pattern. Myths grab one shiny variable, color, sugar, size, horns, numbers, and sell it as the whole story. Reality is a group project where biology, context, incentives, instruments, and history all tinker at once. You weren't dumb for believing, you were efficient. Now be efficiently skeptical. Ask, what's the mechanism? Not just the metaphor. What boring confounder ruins the headline? What evidence would change my mind? Upgrade your brain's OS one retired myth at a time. What do you think? Drop your weirdest one below.